Hello, good day everyone. My name is Eliza GNC Solitario and I will going to report about poem. So, why does poem is important? It is essential because it aids us in comprehending and appreciating the world around us. The power of poetry is in its ability to cast sideways light on the world, allowing the truth to creep up on you. There's no doubt about that. Poetry instructs us on how to conduct our life. Example for this is the work of Jose Rizal, which entitled Sa Aking Mga Kabata, which states there the truth that we shall love our own language as much as we love the foreign languages such as English, Spanish, and many more. In criticizing a poem, a critic is concerned with the value of things for himself and for people like him. Otherwise, his criticism is mere autobiography. So, as a critic, you should not focus on yourself. You should focus on the wider perspective so that other people will going to relate so they can able to understand. Don't You should not be biased with his work if it is not your genre or the thing that you are up into. So you shall still appreciate his work, his or her work, despite for the fact that it is not your field. And any critic worth attention makes a further claim, a claim to sanity. Why does it is called a claim to sanity? A claim to sanity means you are able to understand and you have knowledge with a certain poem that you are reading. So as we can see on the Google, there are bad criticism or a good criticism, and it really adds to the work of the author. So it can define the poem, and also it can add flavor to it. The distinction between a personal or idiosyncratic judgment and a normative is sometimes overlooked. So, for example, the critic would say, "I don't like this, but I know it is good." So, the critic here is not being biased about the certain work of an author. So, he states there that, "Yeah, I don't like this one, but it is good." Or he can say, "I like this and I condemn it." Or he can say, "This is the effect which it produces upon me, and this is quite different effect is the one it should produce." For obvious reasons, he rarely makes any sub-statements, But many people would regard praise of a work which is actually disliked by the praiser as immoral. This is a confusion of ideas. Any honest reader knows fairly well the points at which his sensibility is distorted, at which he fails as a normal critic. In what ways? It is his duty to take this into consideration in passing judgment upon the value of a work. So, the critic shall give a value of the work, either it is a bad criticism or a good criticism. Still, it is a criticism of the critic. So it can really add it can really add to the work of the author. We may be talking about the artist experience such of it as it relevant, or about the experience of a qualified reader who made no mistakes, or about an ideal and perfect reader's possible experience about our own actual experience. So also we can relate the work of the author to his poem. So let's just say that these authors went through a heartbreak. That's why he was able to wrote this one. But sometimes we can also relate this one to ourselves or to other people's situation.